Welcome to Apocaflix Movies. Thank you for watching Casting Table. And before we get started, I just want to tell you a little bit about the show and what we do here. Now, one of the best parts about being movie fans is fan casting our favorite characters. What we do, we take any favorite character or actor of ours, not just comic book or geek related, but anything major, we cast them as if we were making the movie ourselves. If you like doing that too, I know you do, hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments below or on social media if there's someone you'd like to see cast. Join the conversation. Thanks again for watching Casting Table.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Apocaflix Movies and a brand new episode of The Casting Table, our show here on the channel where we take characters that are relevant, that we love, that we want to see on the big screen, and we cast them ourselves, we fan cast them. And it's something that happens in the culture these days quite often, and we decided to make a show about it. And this time, we're going to be focusing on a Star Wars character named Dr. Aphra. The Dr. Aphra character is very well known in the comics since it's become canon with Marvel, and it's one of the favorite canon characters to ever come out of those comics. And there's a lot of rumors swirling right now that she could possibly be getting her own series soon on Disney+. And so, because it's being talked about, we're here to cast her. And so, with me today, I have Gio, Brian, and Keith. And the four of us are going to go around the table one at a time and name drop some ladies that we want to see play this character in the future. We're going to go 1, 2, and then honorable mentions. That way our picks don't get taken. Let's just go straight around the table, and
real quick, can you just do a quick
background
of Dr. Aphra for those who don't know?
So she first appeared in the Darth Vader comic books, the original Darth Vader comic book from 2015, I believe it was. And she essentially was being hunted by Vader because she had something that he wanted. And after not persuading him, but basically him realizing, oh, I could use her for a little while, she worked with him. They worked together. And this run of comic books, Vader at the time was actually on the run from Palpatine.
Oh, really?
Isn't that set after A New Hope, though?
That is set.
Or like kind of during?
This was set after A New Hope. This was set after A New Hope.
We see the Death Star.
It was. I believe it.
And...
I believe it was set after A New Hope.
Okay,
I'm pretty
sure.
I'm pretty sure when they started the Marvel run, everything was set after Episode 4. Yeah. Because the main Star Wars run started after Episode 4.
After New Hope.
Yeah. And so he was on the run from the Emperor because the Emperor, they got in a big fight or like some kind of spat, and he was essentially looking for a new apprentice.
He sent all those weird kind of force.
Yeah,
sort of...
yeah. He was being hunted by the Emperor essentially, and so he brought Aphra with him, and she has BT-1 and 000, the evil R2 and 3PO.
Murder bots.
Yeah, they're called the murder bots. That's how they describe them in the description. They're the murder bots.
Wow.
And so they had a good relationship, but then down the line, they had a little bit of falling out, and she kind of went off on her own, went into hiding. And now she's doing her own thing in her comic book, and the comic book is great. It is so good.
She kind of talked him out of killing her.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. She's very good at what she does. She's the only person outside of Luke to ever have that kind of connection with Vader. That's big. That's pretty big. So she's essentially a bounty hunting Indiana Jones in the Star Wars world. Like she acts as a bounty hunter, but she goes after artifacts of the Star Wars world.
Lara Croft. She's a Lara Croft.
Yeah, well, that's a perfect example. Another great example in the Star Wars world. Yeah, exactly.
Mean Lara Croft.
Which is very cool in the Star Wars universe because there's so many relics and artifacts and things that you can look at, and she's arguably outside of Vader, obviously with his comics and the Star Wars run, she is the most popular character to come out of the new comics. Period. Like Poe Dameron got a run, but he got a minor issue, right? All of these are getting like mini issues. She has a full-fledged run alongside Vader in Star Wars.
I downloaded a handful. She's at like 30 something.
39.
30, yeah.
39. The 39th one just released. Yeah.
Wow.
She's rolling. People love her.
Yeah. So she's very, very popular, and like I said, a lot of people are thinking that she may be getting a Disney Plus series soon.
It's a genius way to introduce her.
100%. So we're gonna cast her. Yeah, Gia, why don't you start us off, man? What is, if you had to choose, and I know you don't have a lot of knowledge about her, but if you had to choose one actress to be the number one pick to play Dr. Aphra, who would it be?
Based on what I was able to research and what you told our audience right now, are we going with our first choice?
Go with number one.
Number one, I think this casting actress would be perfect in this role. Karen Gillan.
Nice.
From Jumanji Jumanji: The Next Level
Nebula.
and Nebula in the MCU.
I didn't even think of her.
So you think about the character of Nebula, some similarities with Dr. Aphra, right? She is working with someone who's very powerful.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like, kind of goes on the run, has a change of heart, and now the person that she was working close with is kind of an enemy, but she still very much fears him. That's, I think, Nebula. I think how she played Nebula, how she was in Jumanji, the Next Level. I haven't seen that, but Jumanji, her character.
I will say this. So I didn't like Welcome to the Jungle because it wasn't a Jumanji movie to me. I knew what I was getting into with the Next Level.
Yeah.
I like her more in the Next Level than I do the Welcome to the Jungle. She's great.
Okay, well there you go. And I just think she'd be a great casting. Be her going from the MCU to Star Wars, something I think we'll see a lot of in the next coming.
A lot of
Star
overlapping.
Wars. Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think she'd be perfect. So Kieran Gillen.
That's a good choice, man. I like her. She's so good as Nebula, but as of so far outside of Endgame, she's been so like used smallly, I guess is the way to say it. Not as much. Obviously, she's a part of the team after Endgame. But that would be cool. I
She
like
played a
that.
character on Doctor Who that's close to that. So.
I would take her as Aphra's love interest. You know who I'm talking
Mhm.
about.
That would be
a
good.
good one.
That would be good. She could play either of them. But her in Star Wars, I would totally dig that. That'd be awesome. I'd totally go for
She'd
that.
love that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Brian, did he just take your number one?
No, he did not. Thank God. I literally every time hold my breath and then just they don't say it. My number one is Aquafina.
Whoa.
I
Another
think-
Jumanji?
I like her.
I think she would be perfect for this because Dr. Aphra, from what I've read so far, very wiry. She's kind of all over the place, but then has those serious moments and stuff like that. And Aquafina is really good. She was fantastic in and people rave about her in The Farewell, which I really want to see.
I want to see that too, man. Yeah.
I think you'll have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes,
maybe.
something like
Yeah,
that.
love that movie.
I think she would be perfect as. I could see her being that funny character a little bit. I don't know. When I was looking through it after you said yours that one day, I was like, I gotta find someone better than him. And
It's not better, but it's okay.
That one's pretty freaking good.
All three of mine are
But I think she would be so good. The only time I hesitate is if I almost kind of hope it wouldn't happen in the show, but you kind of have to. Is if she's with Darth Vader, I can't quite see that.
If they do a Dr. Aphra show, it would depend on if they're going to adapt the comics or just tell a new story. If they adapt, they have to have Vader.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. I wouldn't want that to happen. So I would
Same
want
with
them
me.
to tell a completely new story.
Yeah.
But I could just see her being funny with these two murder bots,
Yeah, the murder
her
bots,
just
man.
You
What
can
do you-
show up.
We should cast those.
the murder bot voices. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But Aquafina for mine.
It's interesting.
I would be
Okay.
really
I like her.
into
I
see,
really
and she, you look at her, kind of looks like Dr.
bit,
Aphra a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's my.
I don't like it as much, but
as your
she's
number
she's
one.
a little too flamboyant for me. Too a
I
little
know what you mean.
animated.
I know what you mean.
And
But that's kind of
that-
Dr.
that
Aphra
was it.
kind of acts
from
like
what
that.
I've read, that's not really how Dr. Aphra isn't as animated as Aquafina is. I do not want Aquafina from Crazy Rich Asians or Jumanji in a Dr. Aphra
she
show,
would have to
No,
die.
but we've
or even Ocean's 8. I don't want that Aquafina.
But she apparently nailed The Farewell.
Well, and I haven't
so-
seen The Farewell, but from what I've heard, that's a dramatic movie. That's one end of the spectrum to the other. I haven't seen a middle from her yet.
Well, so you're in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
You are
right.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say comedic actors and actresses very underrated.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, look at Adam
Think
Sandler.
Some of the most.
Steve Carell,
Steve
Jim
Carell,
Carrey, you know,
100%,
like
yeah.
there's definitely. I think she has it in her.
I
A
do
lot of
too.
us, yeah.
I do too.
People that we know that started off as Tom Hanks was a stand-up comic. Keaton. You know. That's good. I like that.
Fine.
Keith, what's your number 1, man?
All right, my number 1 is
Nice.
She'd
Love
be a
that
great action
choice.
star.
Love that
She
choice.
should be way bigger. I think she will be.
I agree. She's one of the best underrated actresses working today. Period.
The Will Smith movie. She was the best part of that one. It just came.
Gemini Man.
Gemini Man. Yeah.
10 Cloverfield.
Excellent. Of course, you know, Flowers and Scott Pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
She can fight.
Isn't she the one that's about to be Huntress?
But
She's
in-
Huntress and Birds of
Birds
Prey.
of Prey coming
She's
out.
Birds of Prey, yeah.
Yes, she is the Huntress. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So she's coming up there.
yeah,
Man.
yeah. She's gonna be a great action. I would love to see her.
There is a movie of hers that people talk about that everyone should see that is her best performance. It came out a couple years ago. Alex of Venice, I think, is the movie that people talk about. And they say it's like one of her all-time. It's probably like her her best performance period. Oh no, excuse me. It's not. It's called All About Nina. It's called All About Nina. It came out last year. People rave about her performance in that movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I really enjoy her. I think that she's gonna hit that role that people are like, okay, she needs to be in everything.
Yeah.
She's gonna get there at some point. And I'm really looking forward to her as Huntress because Huntress is one of my favorite DC characters, and I think she can really pull that character off. So that's a cool choice. I like that. Okay, so for mine, Brian knows what number 1 is, and it was on. Well, I mentioned it on a Padawan a couple weeks ago.
Perfect.
I chose Chloe Bennet from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who plays Daisy Johnson, Quake. Not only does she look like the part, but Dr. Aphra is very similar to Quake in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. A little bit of comedy in there, kind of like a leadership role, serious at what she does, a past that's very mysterious. And I think that she's... I mean, that show wouldn't be what it is without her. She's been the best part of it from the very beginning. Even though the first season was very rough and the second season was like okay, she's been great from the very beginning with her character of Skye to Daisy Johnson, to Quake now, and you know, maybe eventually leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. if that's how they go. But I just, there's, for some reason, whenever I think of Dr. Aphra, she's the first person to pop in my head. I haven't been able to see anybody else play her. I think she's been on TV shows. She's worked with Disney. Yeah, she knows how it works. Yes, it's an ABC show, but she knows the runarounds of everything. And since she already has a working relationship with them, might be a good in for her to get in with that. And just for me, knowing the character and reading the comics, like she fits the role so perfectly, so perfectly. So
It's a
Chloe Bennet.
solid
I do like
choice.
that. What else has she done?
She hasn't done a whole lot outside the Agents of
Weird,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
it's weird that, yeah.
No, yeah.
She's
So I'm sure she's done like some TV stuff here and there, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the one where she really got noticed, and then she's been on there ever
She's the
since.
most personality on that show.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Well, she carries that show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
The show wouldn't be on if she wasn't on the show.
Yeah.
100%.
Totally even, and that's including Colson.
Yeah.
Who was
And Ming Na Wen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ming Na Wen. Yeah, you're right. And her. She's killer as well.
I completely agree.
Gio, number 2. What's your backup?
My backup was Lauren Cohan from The Walking Dead.
Oh.
She was also briefly Martha Kent. I mean, man,
Oh,
but
wow. Okay.
we know, huh? Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. We know she can do action. You know, when there's drama, Walking Dead, some of her best scenes are when she's renting Rick or the governor during that whole era of The Walking Dead. But I think she's a solid choice. Oh, a little older. She's like 38, 39 years old. So I don't know the time this.
Well, we don't know when it's going to pick up.
Right.
When the story's going to be told, if it happens. So
Right. But she'd be my number 2.
she's great. The movie's a total bum, but she's great in Mile 22. the Mark Wahlberg Peter Berg
Yeah.
action movie.
Oh.
She was the co-lead alongside Mark Wahlberg, and she was like an off-hinge character. I don't know if you remember her.
No, I know. I remember. Yeah.
She was like off-hinge, and she had like this past, and she was dealing with it, and she like would have like a rage. Like if some bad guy came to her, she would go full rage on someone. And if they have action in this series, like, yeah, I could see her playing that for sure. That'd be cool. I like her a lot. I wish that we saw more of her, and she just did a TV show on ABC that I think flopped again.
Oh
so.
yeah, the Whiskey Tango.
Whiskey Tango or something like that, yeah. Which is a bummer because I like her a lot. So, Ryan?
My number 2. I think she's a little older, but for right now, but I would be okay with it. Would be, think I have yours, Jamie Chung.
No,
Okay.
I like her. I like her a lot.
I love.
I
Jennifer.
wish
Right?
she was in more.
She's awesome.
She is.
I
good.
wish she was in more. She
Uh,
was Ed Helms' girlfriend in Hangover 3.
And
wife.
She, and
Wife,
she was in
excuse me.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah, Ed Helms' wife.
Her.
Excuse me.
I'm trying to think of.
Oh, her. Okay.
She does a lot of TV
Yeah.
shows.
Office.
Yeah,
Christmas.
I wish she was in more.
Office.
Oh, Office
Party.
Christmas Party. That
Yes,
movie's.
and that-
We didn't mention that for a
that's
Christmas
another one
movie.
nice.
I know
I
that one's
love
great.
that movie.
That one's so good.
She's in that.
I like her. She's a good choice.
She
She voices she's the voice on Big Hero 6. Voices on.
Oh, the skate girl. The girl in
Yeah.
skates. Yeah, the girl in skates.
Yeah.
She's awesome. If you don't, I started my reality TV show a long time ago. She started on The Real World
Yeah.
for MTV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
San Diego. I
Mhm.
still remember what city. And from what she's made into herself, I mean, she's been on a lot of TV shows. She was Once Upon a Time. I think she was one of the princesses. She was Mulan. And Once Upon a Time on the TV
So
show.
what was funny is if they did a straight adaptation of Mulan and they did the whole we're gonna get the American stuff, I wanted her to play Mulan.
Yeah.
But I'm happy they went the route they did.
Yeah.
I think she would have been a great live action Mulan.
I think she would be a solid voice for a serious tone.
Yeah.
Dr. Aphra too.
She's in that terrible Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my.
Oh,
Dragon
that's
Ball
right.
Evolution,
That's
Yeah.
That's
I haven't seen that.
right.
Oh, God.
You know, that's kind of like a guilty pleasure movie. Pop it on every once in a while. It's so bad, but hey, you know,
But yeah, that's my second choice.
that's a
Good
movie
call.
that needs to be made. Dragon Ball Z.
I think they have plans.
Oh, a
to.
new one is.
Yeah, they need to make that.
Between that and the Last Airbender, like,
I know,
I
right?
don't know.
That's a great choice,
That's
Brian.
even
That's
worse.
that's a really really good choice, man. I like her a lot.
I think
That
you
should
have my
be
sec
your-
my
that should be your
honorable.
number one.
Really? You think?
yeah, yeah.
She's
I
a solid
mean,
actress.
up
She's
there.
very good. But yeah, I think you have one of.
Maybe we'll see.
No, I have one of Jake's.
Lies.
Oh no!
Lies. You better not, man. I swear.
Speaking of crazy rotations, Emma Chan.
Oh no, I'm okay.
Ah.
I'm okay.
Oh no, you love her.
I do love her. I do
Oh,
love her,
I
but
was
she's not one of my
thinking-
choices.
I was thinking you were gonna go for a different.
I thought you were gonna go with the lead actress.
Constance Wu.
Constance
that was,
Wu.
That's-
that was
She's
gonna be my
really good
third,
too.
actually.
Constance
That was
was
my
really
third.
good too,
Yeah.
and Fresh Out the Boat's ending.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's right. It is.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
Thanks to her.
Yeah,
And yeah, and I know she's doing Eternals. Gemma Chan, I mean.
Gemma Chan, yeah.
Is so.
she's
Dang, I
so
didn't even think about
she
her.
is she's
She
subtle,
looks like
good
Dr.
choice.
she's
she looks
subtly
just like her.
she is subtly good, like
Yeah.
quietly good
Yeah,
at
man.
everything that she does. Like her as Minerva and Captain Marvel, very subtle performance,
Right.
but when she gets a moment to act, she really acts.
Yeah, and I mean her performance in Captain. I mean, she's the first one to be brought back into a different character.
Yeah, right.
So clearly they were like, "Crap, we wasted her.
Yeah,
we need
totally.
we need her back."
Totally.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, no, that's a
She'd be a
salt. I did
perfect
not
actor.
even think about.
Yeah.
That's a really
She
good
looks
choice.
She looks
That should have been
quite
your
like
number
her, to
one.
be honest. Yeah, that's when I thought of it, I went, oh yeah, she should be.
Yeah, that's a
She's my number
good
to be
one.
honest, though.
That's
Yeah,
a good
I'll
one.
go with her.
Now I'm curious. What do you have?
I'm for sure that was Jay. I'm for sure you
My
did.
number 2 could easily be my number 1, and it could easily be my number 1 after a certain movie next year, Ana de Armas.
Ooh.
You love her.
She is the maid from Knives Out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, Blade Runner. Yeah, right there.
Yes, she's awesome.
She's in James Bond next year, No Time
Yeah,
to
right.
Die, and she's
That's right.
clearly
Yeah.
getting some action sequences in there.
Yeah.
She to
She's a
me
badass.
looks like a Dr. Aphra character. She's the right age. She ever since that crappy movie Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves a number of
Oh,
years
she's one of
ago,
those girls.
she was one of the girls.
Oh, okay.
That was
She is
funny.
she has elevated her roles so heavily over the last couple of years. I mean, Blade Runner 2049, Knives Out, then James Bond next year.
Great
She's
Knives Out,
crushing
man.
it.
With some acting.
Um, I don't know if she would do a Disney Plus series because she's kind of on the rise, but she has really surprised
She might
me
if
as
it's
an
her own
actress.
dang show. And
Does
it's like-
her? Does she really have that Spanish accent?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
that's her.
Really?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her. And so I think that she would be great, and she, if anything, showed me in Knives Out what kind of actress she can be. She can open up in certain scenes because Blade Runner was it was a different kind of role. She was playing a hologram. And No Time to Die might show something different as well because it's a completely different role. But I think that she would be solid as a Dr. Aphra. So yeah,
I know, man.
I'm so happy we took mine.
She,
So happy.
I keep hearing her name out of Jake's voice more and more and more
Yep.
more.
Oh yeah.
She's honestly, you remember me a few years ago with Alicia Vikander? She's like on that level.
Yeah.
She's like on that level.
I
And
thought
Alicia
that-
Vikander's still up there, but this girl, she can act.
I
man.
thought she'd be one of yours.
Alicia Vikander? I thought about it. Yeah. But she's Tomb Raider already.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider and Dr. Aphra at the same time.
That's- yeah.
Why
Very
not?
similar.
Yeah.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Yeah, you got any?
What's her name? God.
I mean, I can draw my honorable mention right
I have
now.
mine too.
Carrie Coon. She's Gone Girl.
Oh,
and
good
Oh,
call.
Midnight
I like
Proxima,
her.
and,
Yeah.
Oh.
and,
Yeah.
Infinity War. She'd be a
Good call.
runner-up.
She was
She's funny.
so
She's very
good
funny.
in Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Gone Girl.
So
and-
good in Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That movie came out in the 2010s, Keith.
I don't have no. I loved it, but I don't have it. I thought about it.
Yeah, that's my honorable mention.
That's a great choice. I want to see more of her for sure.
Yeah.
After seeing her in Gone Girl, I know that she does a lot of TV work,
Mhm.
but she was great in that movie. Really good. So good call,
I was
man.
given a lot in Infinity War.
No,
but,
she didn't.
In fact, you
Just
know that was
voiceover
her.
work.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Just
You know that
voiceover
was
work,
her,
you know?
yeah.
So mine obviously can't work, but this is why it's in my honorable mention. If she wouldn't have been wasted in Last Jedi, I would have mine to maybe see Taylor
I thought
Marie
about her too.
Tran
Yeah.
as this role.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, she can't. She's Rose. But when I was looking through, I was kind of like imagining each person. I was like, she could have probably been a really good
She
Dr.
could, yeah.
Aphra, and if she would have gotten the chance to actually act,
Yeah.
and like not just be this weird side character.
We didn't get into that the other night, but I truly, and everyone does, but generally feel.
Me too. Yeah.
I
Actually,
can't believe they even did.
they
literally fend. All right, you coming with us? They literally no. I gotta stay here, and like they literally
Yeah.
just
Dang.
went.
Imagine if
Like she was so
she probably
excited.
signed on for 2 movies.
She was
too,
so excited to do it. I remember seeing her enthusiasm in all the interviews for, for of course, for
Last
Last
Jedi.
Jedi and
You hear the
It's
Crazy
too
Rich
bad.
Asians director is lobbying for her to get.
Yeah, John Chu.
cool.
Yeah, he
I
put it
love
out on
that.
Twitter. He said, "I'll direct a Rose Tico
Rose
series."
series. I'd love to see that. But
Yeah.
I agree. I thought about her. I think
I-
she'd be a good doctor.
I actually really thought how she was kind of handling herself in Rise of Skywalker. I would have liked to see her like that.
Right.
Like not a general, but like she was like very like hands-on
She
fighting.
knows stuff, and she was a mechanic, and she.
Like her, I was kind of left going like, oh, I kind of want to see more what she's doing, especially
Yes.
like when they were fighting on the Star Destroyer and stuff.
Yes.
So
Completely.
that's why for me, I know obviously I can't choose her as Dr. Aphra because she's Rose, but she would be if she wasn't Rose, I would put her in this place. So
Keith, do you have an honorable mention?
Yeah, we just talked about her, but Constance Wu. That was my other.
Oh,
third.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
she was my other one. Like you said, yeah, fresh off the boat ending and
Hustlers.
Hustlers. Which,
She's
yeah,
good in
she was-
Hustlers.
Yeah, I heard, that's what I heard. She was. She's a good Aphra. She's very funny.
She
Yeah.
is funny. She's really, really funny. Mine is, and I don't know how this would work because she's in an upcoming Marvel movie, but Florence Pugh.
Everyone's talking about her.
Who's playing Black Widow's sister in
Yeah.
Black Widow. She age-wise fits the role. She's kind of on the rise as well. A lot of people are liking her work on screen. She's in Little Women with
Yeah.
Saoirse Ronan for Greta Gerwig, and she did
Harlan-
Fighting with My
Harlan
Family.
raves about her.
Yeah, she was
Every day.
played Paige in Fighting with My Family last year.
Yeah.
She was in that the the medieval movie with Chris Pine.
No, something about King.
Oh, I know.
forget
He
about
plays
it.
the character from.
Yeah, he plays the
Braveheart.
character from
Yeah.
Braveheart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that she's definitely on the, and she was in Midsommar last year. And people
Oh,
are
she's
raving.
in that?
Yes,
Yeah.
people are raving
She
about
was
her
the
in that
lead.
movie over everything. A lot of people say that she should get a nomination for that movie, which is crazy. I don't know how it would work with Marvel situation, but I think that she played a great Aphra as well. So age-wise.
She literally, I don't know if you know the word, not transforms herself, but like, if you were to tell me she was the same person from Fighting with My Family, not knowing who she was, and then, I don't know, Black Widow, I would say those are two separate people. She does not look anything or act like how she does in Fighting with My Family.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was
It's
the
the
same,
same
person,
person,
now.
right? So the way
I really
she
want to see that
transforms
too.
herself
I
too
miss
is incredible.
Fighting with My Family this year or last year?
This year.
This is in
Yeah,
February.
this year.
It was in February.
Dang.
Right?
I wanted to see it.
Oh,
Good.
Really
so
wanted
good.
to see
Really
it.
good.
That
So
movie's
good.
so good.
Yeah.
I did
Really
not
good.
want to see it because I was like, oh. Then I was like, oh, it was actually.
Yeah.
So those are some good choices for everyone.
Nobody crossed lines with each other, which is really cool. It's the first
Oh,
time
that's
I
right.
said
It's
it.
'cause Jacob
Nobody
wasn't
took.
there.
Yeah, because Jacob always takes
Jacob's
it.
always.
I just
steals
noticed that we still had Jacob has a girlfriend.
Whoops.
Yeah, he'll notice that and he'll probably get all
Dang,
mad
no,
at us.
no one.
Really cool.
Interesting.
I'm so happy. So happy. All right, guys. Well, there it is. Our casting table for Dr. Aphra, the Star Wars character, who is rumored to be getting a Disney Plus series here in the near future.
We need to cast the murder bots.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the Murder Bots next. That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
The series is still going.
Oh yeah.
It's at what point? Where is it?
In the timeline, I'm not all the way caught up, but what I'm caught up to, it's still before Empire.
Oh,
So
really?
what they're doing right now, so they just started this. I think it starts next month in January. They ended the Star Wars run that was after A New Hope.
Yeah.
And everything that's taking place in January, they're doing a new Star Wars run, is taking place after Empire. And so they might be shifting gears to after that movie here pretty soon with all their stuff, because there's a new Vader comic coming out. Dr. Aphra's still going.
I need to catch that Kylo Ren
There's
stuff.
another. There's like 4 or 5 different versions. There's Vader Dark Visions. There's Vader Ascendancy. There's Vader. There's all kinds of Vader stuff. And so
VR portal.
and so they might be switching over to after Empire here pretty soon. Yeah. There's a comic out right now called Star Wars Empire Ascendancy, I think, that is like a transition between the two or something like that. So
yeah. She's got 39.
And there's no sign of slowing down for her at all. So, but yeah, there it is, guys. Our casting table for Dr. Aphra. If you love this character, or if you have an idea for this character, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys, especially if it's someone we didn't mention. Let us know what you think of our choices as well. And hopefully we see this series in the future, because it's a pretty big deal. It could be a landmark series for Star Wars, because it's something brand new, just like The Mandalorian is. So again, this is Apocaflix Movies. That is Gio. That is Brian. That is Keith. I am Jake. This is the casting table. We go every 2-3 weeks on this show. If you guys want to see more of it, let us know. You can find us on YouTube, podcast platforms, social media. Click that bell icon and you will find out when our stuff posts and when we go live on certain things. If you're into Star Wars, check out the Mandalorian reviews. Check out the Padawan podcast. Our Rise of Skywalker stuff, where Keith absolutely craps on the movie. Because he clearly said he hated it. It happens. No. But anyway, this is Apocaflix Movies. We thank you for joining us as always, and we will see you guys next time.
Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocaflix Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocaflix Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.